Hi guys, this is Megan from Mythical Crafts and today I'll be doing a tutorial for the Smurf. He's so cute. This little video is just to tell you any requirements and an overall for the tutorial. So to start, this is a really hard project, so stop right here if this is your first tutorial. Or one of your first projects, because it is really hard and complicated and it'll just get really frustrating for you and you may not even have enough bands or looms. So if that applies to you and this is one of your first projects, then go do some other easier tutorials on YouTube or whatever, and then you can come back and make the Smurf because he does require a bit of experience. Secondly, the stuff you're going to need to make him is band count of this. I used turquoise blue for his body colour, and you need 700 of those. And then for his hat and pants and shoes, you need 800 white. But that is because I did it wrong in the middle of my tutorial. He's supposed to have pants for the white, but I realised I'd already done the back of the legs and I couldn't go back and take it off. So the back of his legs are blue, but actually they're supposed to be white. So when you get to this part of the tutorial, do the legs white because that would look so much nicer than what I've got going on here. Just a little side note. You'll be needing 2 black for the eyes and 10 turquoise for the eyes. You'll also be needing 2 looms and a hook. Yeah, that's it. So, go make your Smurf and I hope you like how he turns out. Oh, wait, I forgot to say. At the end of the video, I forgot to say you need to put if you want, like with any project you make, you can put wire in them. As you can tell, the Smurf doesn't have wire in him at the moment. I don't have any on me, but I forgot to mention that. So they look so much better when they've got wire in them. Okay, all done. Now go make the Smurf. Woohoo! For the Smurf. So using white bands, going down there, and you will need your loom set up like this, and your loom will stay like this for the entire project. So yeah. So just placing 2 bands each time. Just, yeah. Okay, going down 1, 2, stop there, and continue, and again 2 white bands, and we're going to do a big stretch from this peg to this peg, not this one to this one, this one to this one. So it's 2 pegs down and 1 across. Okay. that one off and put it there instead. And then stretching, that long stretch again, so 2 down, 1 across, like that, just like the one we did up here. Do it there. Okay, now we're going to do that on the other side. And then again, we're going to do this long stretch. And then stopping here, going back up. Still with double bands, we're still doing double bands here. Okay, and we're going to do one going from there to there, and you're going to cap off this peg, wrapping it round 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do the horizontal bands, still in white, taking 2 bands, and I'm going to make triangles. So there. And here. Here. And you're just going down making triangles. Now we're getting just a single band, double looping it, putting it in there, single band, double looping it, putting it in there, again, double loop, single band, again, and once more. Okay, now we're going to go up here, single band, double looped, in here, single band, double looped, in here, and single band, double looped, there. Okay, now your hat is ready to be loomed, so it should look like this. Okay, so now we're going to loom it. Getting the top bands, top 2 bands, going like that. Top 2 bands here and there. Okay, I'm just going to loom up this side first, making sure not to catch the horizontal bands or the triangle bands. Stop there, we need to loom this one here. sideways one before we loom this one. Look at that one. Okay, back down here. Oops, if that happens, just get it and pull it back over. Okay, continuing to loom up. Okay, looming over. You really got to be careful with these long ones because if they break, you have to replace them. So don't be too rough with those. Okay, done. So we're going to tie that off with a white band, not a random band, I think just for this moment. Pull it off. There we go, and we have 1/2 of the Smurf hat. So we're going to go and make another half, and while we're looming it, we're going to be attaching this. So maybe a bit difficult, so I'll try and go slowly so you guys can understand what's going on. Okay, so we're going to do that exact same thing on the loom again, but we're going to start in this corner this time. There we go. Let's go down the middle first this time. Okay, we're still using double bands. As you will get to know in my projects, most of the bands I'll be using 2 of them. Just I do that in case if one of them breaks, then the whole thing won't untangle, and it looks much nicer as well. So sorry if I forgot to mention that. I'm going to stop there, going down this bit. And again, we're doing that long stretch from this peg to this peg. So 4th from the top to 6th from the top on the 2nd row. Then we'll continue down. Okay, now we're doing another big stretch like that. Okay. And we're just mirroring what I did on the other side now. So if you want to go ahead, you just ahead of the speed that I'm going at, then you can do that. Big stretch again. And last big stretch. Okay. And we're going to go from here to here, like that. Okay. Now we're going to place the horizontal bands. So again, double bands. I always use double bands for the horizontal bands as well as these main ones. So okay, and you're just going down making those triangles. Okay, now you're getting a single white band, double looping it, putting it there, another one there, another one there. And we're going to put one here. Going back up. Oh yeah, I don't know if you've got that. I've put a double looped horizontal band here from these two pegs. Okay, that may have been off screen, sorry. Still double looped single band. And last four there. Okay, now let's cap off the bottom. So I'm going to cap off this peg, this one here, wrapping it around. 1, 2, 2, 3 times. Okay. Now we're going to loom. So what we're going to do while we're looming is we're going to be attaching the other part of the hat that we made. So this is going to be quite hard, and I'll try and make it as easy for you as possible. So, getting our hat so it matches what it looks like on the loom here. Flip it round and then go through this capping band here, and you're going to attach it here. Actually, what we can do, you can take that capping band we put on before, you can just take that off and put it aside, we don't need it. So bring the capping band there. Now we're going to loom, grabbing the top two, and loom each one. Okay. Okay. What we want to do now is I'm going to go straight up this row here. All the way up to as far to the top as I can go. And you can stop there. And actually, I did this incorrectly. So you're going to take off this one and place it back on this peg here. Just pull it back in. Okay. Because what we want to do is very important you get the right bands. So you want to go through these 2 bands right here. So you've got it here, you want to go through these 2 and place it on like that, which, yeah, that's pretty much an example of what we're going to be doing for the rest of the hat. So going into this peg again, once more, we want to grab those 2 and loom it over. Now, again, grabbing these 2 bands here, so I'll show you again these 2. I'm doing this really slow so we don't mess it up. And you're going to stretch them all the way up into this peg here. Okay, so going down, making sure to grab only the top 2 and loom it. Going down again and loom it. Okay, so this is what your project should be looking like so far. Just quickly, we're going to loom up this row, column. And you're going to stop there. Okay, now going back down to the bottom, what we want to do is we don't want to loom this, so you're going to take off the top 2 bands that you loomed and put them back on that starting peg. Just pull them around. Okay, now going down, you're going to get these, go through these 2 bands, so I'll do that again. These 2 here, and you're going to stretch those all the way out and just pull it around that peg as well. So again, going down, grabbing those 2 bands, you're going to loom it. And you can just pull off these bottom 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it off as we go so that it's easier to place the bands. Now it may naturally want to go this way, but you're going to have to flip it back again, just so I can show you which bands we need. So you're going to get this one, these bands here, there's only these 2. I'll just let you look at that for a moment. I'm going to pull them and place them there. Also what you want to do is pull them around the peg. Now you can loom it. Okay. And we want to do the same on the other side. So taking these 2, you're going to pull it and put it on the next peg and then pull it round. Okay, and we'll loom that. And then we can pull off these 2. Okay. Now, again, we're going to do the same thing that we did before, taking these 2 bands here. You're going to stretch them to go there and pull it over the peg. Loom it. I'll do that again. So again, flipping it back, it has to be on this side you get the bands from. Taking these 2 bands, you're going to fully extend them to go like that. Oops. And then it is important that you get those bands and just pull them around the outside of the peg. And going down, grabbing the top 2. And looming. Okay, I can pull off some now, just to make it easier. Okay, and we've got our hat coming along. Okay, we want to go in, grab these 2 bands, extend them so that they're like that, and pull them round the side of the peg. And now I can loom it. This is going to be rather tedious if it's your first time trying this, which it probably is. So just take your time, and I'm going slowly too so that it's easier. So these 2 bands here, pull them over. and pull that around the peg. Okay, now we can pull off these ones. This just makes sure that the entire thing isn't stretched by the time we get to the end of it. Now, going in, grabbing this one, you're going to get it and you're going to stretch it all the way to that peg there, where the start of this long stretch is. Pull it around the side. You're going to loom that. Okay. And we're going to loom this one too. And I'm just going to continue up this one. And make sure you loom this as well. And you're going to stop here. We're going to do the same thing on the side. So grabbing this band, pulling it all the way up there, pulling that round the side, and going to go in and loom it. And you're going to do the same thing again here, looming it. Now we're just going to loom up this one. Okay, and you're going to stop here. So far what it should be looking like, you should have loomed to these two and to these four. Okay, now we can pull off some bottom ones. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Oh, okay. And now we're going to do the same thing again. So pulling it back, grabbing these two outside bands. Did I grab two? I think I only grabbed one. And then extending it there. This is going to be annoying to do, but you have to pull it around the peg. And then you can loom it. I've only got to do this a few more times. Only twice more on either side. Okay, pulling this back. Grabbing these two and extending them there. Pulling it round the peg and looming it. Okay, now we're going to pull off some. Okay, yeah, you can pull off these as well. It just means you don't have to stretch it as far. Okay, we're nearly there. So pulling this back, you're going to get these two bands here. Extend them up to this peg, I think. Yeah. Pull them round and loom it. Okay, and you're going to do the same on the other side. These two. Pull it round the peg. And like that. Okay. And we can pull off some here. Don't pull it all off just yet because we haven't loomed the entire thing. So be careful not to pull it all off. Okay. Pulling this back, you're going to take these two bands, extend them here, pull them around the peg, which is going to be annoying. And loom it. Okay. Oh, wait. Don't loom it just yet. Don't loom it. Okay. What did I do here? Okay. So you don't want to loom that one. Just actually take off those bands you extended. We're going to leave it. But instead we're going to go out to this side. Taking these two bands here, pull them up, and then round the peg. Oops. Okay. And then we're going to loom this one. Oops. And then we're going to loom this one up, across, and up, across, and up. Across. Okay, and we're going to, now we are going to extend those two bands onto that. Then we're going to loom across, oh, don't forget to pull it around the peg, and up. Okay, now we're going to tie that off with a white band, like that, and we can pull the rest of it off the loom. Really hope I loomed it all. Okay, so now we have a Smurf hat. Oh, it's so cute. There we go. Have the Smurf hat. Whoops. There is the hat, and you can just open up the app ready, and later on we're going to put it on the head. Don't worry about these bands right now. We'll handle those later. Okay. Okay, next we're going to be doing the main head. So, should have done the hat. Now we're going to be doing the head. First of all, we're going to do the front of the head, and then we're going to do the back. So taking 2 of your Smurf skin coloured bands, which I'm using the turquoise opaque one. So we're going to go just a moment. Okay. You can get rid of the peg. We'll only be needing 5. So you can get rid of that. Okay. So from the middle going out, there, oh actually, we're going to go down first. There. There. And there. Okay. I'm going to go down. And there. And on this side, this is all with double bands, all this bit that I'm doing. Now we're going to go down. Okay, 7 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Now going down this one. How many times? Going on 6 times down. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to stop there. Do it again on the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we're going down the outsides. Going down only 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to just go like that and like that. Okay. Now we're going to go down this outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go in. Okay, cap it off. And what we want to do now is make the nose. So, for the nose, we are going to, I did something wrong quickly, just need to fix it. Take off these two and these two. Take off these two edge ones, we don't need those. And then transfer these like that. And it's more of a head shape. Otherwise, Smurf would have had a square head. Yeah, let's do the nose quickly. So you're going to get one of the skin bands, or the turquoise blue bands, and then you're going to get 6 bands. Just getting them all in one hand. Just a moment. 6 bands. And you're just going to put them on there quickly. Oops. Okay. So you've got 1 band that's been wrapped around 3 times and 6 bands here. You're going to pull this band over. Okay. Now this bit's interesting. You just need something. I'm going to put one of my holding hooks through here like this. Just a moment. And then we're going to go to this end of it. So you've got the 2 ends, and this bit like that. So this is what it's looking like. And you're going to pull over 3 from one hook to another. So 1, 2, and 3, like that. Then we're going to go, and then what I'm going to do is, so you've pulled over 3 to that side, take this out and put it in at another angle, go to the other end of the hook, so it's like that now, and you're going to pull 3 over this side. As this hook I'm using to hold it, you could also use a toothpick, so like that. There we go. So it should look like this. So you've pulled 3 over to one side and 3 over to the other side. And now I'm just going to use this on whatever you use to hold it. Get a band, double loop it, and then you need to pull all of these over. I think it's like 12. That's a lot, pretty much. Without it getting caught or tangled, which is challenging. Okay. I'm just going to do it bit by bit. Yeah, or you can pull it over like this, I guess. Just pull it over like that. Yeah, that works. That's much easier. Okay. Now you have a nose. Okay, so it should look like that. It's rather cute. We're going to take off this band here. So that one in there, so the 3rd from the bottom of the chin. Place this one on that peg, like that, and reattach this. So I've put this one on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th peg, 5th peg from the top, and it's underneath these 2 bands here. Okay, so now that we've done that, that's all you need to do. Okay, I'm going to put horizontal bands on now. So getting 2 of the turquoise blue bands, going like this. Okay. So just making triangles with 2 bands, double bands. And we're going to do one here like that. Okay. So this is what it should look like. Yep. Okay. we are now ready to loom. Yeah. Okay. Going down under the capping band, just follow me while I'm looming, because there is kind of a certain order or pattern you need to go in to loom it. And we can go up the middle. Careful not to catch any of those horizontal bands or the nose. Okay, right, I'm just getting caught. Okay. And we're going to stop here. So one second peg from the top, you're going to stop. That rhymed. Loom that one, this one. We've got the side, this side. Okay, and loom inwards like that. Stop there. Looming up this bit. And we're going to loom into the center. So we're going to go like that, and like this, looming up the side. And inwards, stop there. Loom in to the center, and again. Okay, we're going to get a blue band to tie it off, the same as the turquoise blue. Just for this project, yeah, for this particular tying off band, you'll need to use the same colour as the skin for the Smurf. Okay, so we have the front of the face. So now we'll be doing the eye of the Smurf. I've already put one on, so let's make another one. Getting your loom, you'll be double looping jelly turquoise band. That's what I'm using. You can use a different colour. And another one. There. And here. Okay, so now we'll be putting the pupil on, so getting your hook and getting this and wrapping it around 4 times, or 3 times so that there's 4 there. Double looping another eye colour jelly turquoise, pull over the pupil and attach it on that diagonal, like that. Now we want to do some holding bands. So you get a white one. Oh no, first we'll cap off the bottom. Let's cap it off, wrapping it around 3 times. And now you'll get a white and wrap it around just once. Do it again here and here. Okay, good. So now we're going to go down and loom, so past the white band and the capping band, and you're going to get these top 2 down past the white band and that band holding the pupil there, and then here and there. Okay, now we can tie it off, get a white band and just one, no need to double loop it, and slip knot it off. Now you can pull this off the loom. Okay, so this is what it should look like, and you can use this side like that. Okay, now getting your head, attach the eye, or place it in a spot that's somewhere about there, so relatively close to the nose, and like that. I'm going to try and position it so it looks like the Smurf is looking somewhere. I'm not doing very well. Okay, so once you've got that, you can just attach the bands. Okay, so I've positioned it how I want it. You need to pull the bands through. So going through into bands that are in a similar position to where your holding white bands are, you'll pull them through. I'm just doing that now. Okay, so now starting at the one but last before, so you cannot start with this, just this single one. You're going to start at one before it. So I'm going to go from this one, and I'm going to go around and end with that single one. So you're going to hook through the next bands and pull it through. Hook through the next bands. Oops, I lost some. Make sure you get both of them and pull through. Hook through this band. What we're going to do, you're going to get this band and you're going to stretch it all the way around to about here. And what you're going to do now, get the C-clip and attach it on, and you're going to like pull it and sort of get it underneath the eye and go through into a position similar to where the first one was attached. So I'm going to go down in there. Yeah, no. And attach it to some similar positioned bands. There we go, like I've done with this side. Now you can just fix it up so that it looks good. Okay, wait, I'm not happy with where I've clipped that in, so I'm just going to go around and put it in there, I reckon. Do it wherever you think suits. And I've clipped it in, so. There we go, okay. Oops. And yeah, like that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now it looks like your Smurf kind of has pupils, I guess. I mean, the whites around the eyes. I didn't attach this one very well, but I'm not going to attach it again just because it'll take forever. But attach it so you think it looks nice. And now we'll be moving on to the ears. So you're going to use your body coloured band, which is the turquoise blue. Going down. This is all in double looped bands. And stop there. And stop there. I think this is on the screen at the moment. Continue going down. And stop there. And stop there. And going up like that. Oops, and go in like that. Okay, so it should look like this. I think I've got this in the screen. I hope I do. Cap it off. And let's put the horizontal bands on. So getting a band double looped and make a triangle, double looped there, and double looped here. Okay, now we're going to loom it. So all of these bands are single double looped ones. There's no double bands for the ear. So going down past the capping band and looming it. Okay, once we've loomed it, we can tie it off with any random coloured band. I'm using black. Okay then. Whoops. Okay, and that is an ear, like that. Okay, and it goes like this, that way. Okay, now you want to go back and make another one of those, but you want to mirror it, I guess. So instead of doing it on this side of the loom, like how we did it this way, you want to do it on this side of the loom, so like flip it over, I think, yeah. So then you have two different ears that curve in different ways, because otherwise you'd have two left ears or whatever. So go do that, and then we'll do the next part of the tutorial. Okay, now we're going to be doing the head of the Smurf. So far you should have the head, eyes and ears and the hat done. So let's do it. So going down, you're going to need 5 rows, columns for this part, so I've taken one off to avoid confusion. So going down there, we're going to go down that row 7 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we'll go down this one 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we will, from this one here, go from there to there. We're going to go down 4 times along that one and inwards. Okay, do the same on the other side. Yep, you saw that right, like that. I'll just show you on the other side if you didn't. So go out 1 and down 4 times. 2, 3, 4, and then inwards. Now, down the middle, we'll be getting a single double looped, there to there, single double looped, there to there, and then we'll be taking double bands down 5 times. Stop there, then go in that way, and this way. Okay. And now we want to do the horizontal bands, so taking 2 bands, making triangles. Okay, continuing to do that. Okay then, so it should look like this so far. Let's cap off the bottom, wrapping a band round 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then we will grab our ear, get the one so it's curved inwards this way, and have it so you've got the one with 8 bands, the band that's tying off the 4 double loops bits. So there's 8, yeah, and the one, so that's the thickest one towards you. My explanation skills, sorry. So that's the thickest one, which is the top of the ear. So that one's got like 2 bits attached to it. So going through, you want to get all those bands. And once you're sure you've gotten all of them, you are going to attach it to this peg here. Wait, I've done something. Okay, I didn't have all of the bands. And it's really important that you get all of the bands with this because these are double looped bands. So if you miss any, it will unravel itself. And then I'm just going to turn it sideways, going through these bands here, attaching it, going through these four here, and attaching it. Okay, now we're going to do the same on the other side. So getting the thickest bit, going through all those bands. Okay, then attach it this peg. These four onto this peg. And these four onto this peg. Okay, so we've got the two ears. Now we are going to start looming. I'm just having a quick think. Oh, we missed a horizontal band. We just need to put one more band, single double looped here, like that. There we go. Okay, now grabbing your face, match it up because it's going to be connected on this way so that the eyes and like the chin is facing towards the top of the loom. So match it up, and once you've done that you need to flip it over so you've got the tying off band and the back of the face on top. I'm going to put it there. And so what we're going to do now is go through all these bands here, all, how many? 12 I think, all 12 of them, and like that. Okay, and you're going to attach them all, stretch them out a bit onto this peg here. If you can't do that, then you can take off the tying band and attach them one by one, but that can be a bit tedious. So now going down past the capping band, you want to grab the top two, the next two, and the last two. Okay. So now that you've done that, before we need to do that, you need to take off these two bands that you loomed. You can just leave them there and attach these two bands here. So you've got, oh no, not those two. These two right in here, these outside two. Sorry, I forgot to do that before. And same on the other side. These two bands right here. Okay. Now we're going to loom all the way up the middle. You also want to loop these and this. Okay. Now you want to take these two bands here, the ones that I did before, attach them there. Now you can go down, grab the top two, loom it, and these two, loom it. Also loom all the way up. And stop there. Third peg from the top, you stop there. And then we want to do it on the other side. So we're taking these two bands here. You want to stretch them and pull them around that peg. And then go down and loom it. Taking the top two bands. Next two. Okay, and I'm going to loom up this one. And stop there. Okay. We can now pull back the head, taking these two bands here, pulling them over, pulling them around that peg there, and loom it. Do the same on the other side. Take these two bands, pull it over, and then pull it around the peg. Okay, now we can take out these bottom three. Okay, pulling the head back, taking these two bands, pull it over, extend it, and pull all those bands around the peg. Oops. Okay, now going down past the horizontal band and the ear, and grabbing these two bands to loom it. Okay, I hope that was on screen, if you just want to take a look. Okay, and then we will do it on the other side. These two bands, pull them there, pull them around that peg, go down, grab the bottom two, and loom it. Okay. Now, pulling back the head, taking these two bands here, pulling them over, pulling them around, going down past the ear and the horizontal band, looming them. Oh yeah, also, we can take off these bottom five. Okay, pulling the head back, grabbing these two bands here, pulling them up and round, going down, get these two, there we go. Okay, now we can pull off these five. 1. Okay, now pulling the head back, I want to get these two bands, pulling them over and round, going down and looping it. Okay, now we want to pull the head back as much as we can, getting these two bands round and round. Okay, and then loom it. Okay, pulling off the bottom five. And one last time, pulling back the head, grabbing these two bands here and attaching them here. Now you gotta pull them round and loom it. Okay, then we will loom this one and this one. Okay, and pulling back the head, just as much as you can, and I want these two bands. Pulling it around the peg and looming it in the loom. Oops. This one and this one. There we go. Okay. Getting a black band or whatever colour to tie it off. Okay. Now we pull it off the loom. Okay. And there is the head of a Smurf. Looks kind of like Dobby. Grab your hat and put it on. And there is the head of a Smurf. It's so cute. You can again pull it, push it, squeeze it, stretch it to get the shape you kind of want. Okay, that's so cute.